Gardner with Texas AgriLife Extension Service, and today I'm here to answer the question of what's for dinner tonight. But before we do, let me tell you a little bit about today's simple, nutritious recipe. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure to spend a long weekend at the lake with my 2 sisters and 4 cousins. Well, we had one little rule about our weekend. What happened at the lake stayed at the lake. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to break the rules a little, girls, because I wasn't about to let this great recipe of my cousin Margaret's stay at the lake. Instead, I want to share it with you today. Today's recipe is called Margaret's Microwave Chicken and Pasta. It's very simple to prepare. It's a one-dish recipe that makes it even greater. And it's very economical, costing $1.72 per serving, and with only 231 calories per serving, it's something the entire family can enjoy. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is choose a microwavable dish with a lid for this recipe. To that dish, we're going to add 2 cups of grated tomatoes and 4 garlic cloves, which have been sliced. We're going to put that into this dish and place the cover on the dish, and then we're going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes on high power. Now, while that is microwaving, don't be alarmed when you hear some pops and different sounds coming from the microwave. That is simply the grape tomatoes exploding, if you will, with the flavor and the juices to combine to make this recipe so flavorful. I've already done that for us today, so let's take a look at the finished product. What we have is the tomatoes, which again, they've exploded with their juices and they're full of flavor, combined with the garlic, which makes the aroma of the kitchen wonderful. What we're going to do next, we're going to take our traditional potato masher and turn it into a tomato masher. So we're just going to simply mash up the tomatoes, combine that with the garlic, and I will tell you, the recipe calls for 2 cups of tomatoes. And instead of measuring this out, the tomatoes, actually if you will purchase one of the small plastic containers in the produce section of your grocery store, that is approximately 2 cups, so no need to even measure. Just rinse those and throw them into the dish to start creating this wonderful recipe. Okay, so we have those mashed up. And to that, we are going to add 3 cups of whole wheat penne pasta. Now, if your family prefers the taste and texture of just a regular pasta, penne pasta, that is okay too. I like to use the whole wheat just to kick up the fiber in the recipe, which is something that we all need. Sometimes I will actually do half and half whole wheat and half regular. My family sometimes thinks that the whole wheat is a little tough, and it is. It's a little bit tougher in texture. So you can do half and half or just do a regular. But again, the whole wheat will definitely kick up the fiber a notch. So we're going to combine that in with the tomatoes and garlic. And to that, we're going to add 2 cans of chicken broth, and I have selected the low sodium, fat-free version of chicken broth. And I suggest that you do the same in order to keep the sodium level as low as we can. And that's the other thing about the tomatoes. We could probably use canned tomatoes, but by using the fresh, we're guaranteeing that we're not adding additional sodium to the dish. To that, I'm going to add black pepper and salt. I have chosen to use 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Again, that's going to help enhance the flavor without adding a lot of sodium, and just a half a teaspoon of salt. You could actually even reduce the salt by, to 1/4 teaspoon if you would like. So to that, we're going to just mix that with the tomatoes. And for our next step, we're actually going to replace the lid on the dish, and we're going to return this to the microwave for 18 to 20 minutes. Depending on how you like the texture of your pasta, I would check it at 18 minutes, and if it seems a little tough, especially since we're using whole wheat, then I would return it to the microwave for an additional 2 minutes. But we're going to start at 18 minutes on high power. Now that our dish is cooked in the microwave for 18 minutes, we're ready to take the finishing steps. Let's take a look. The pasta and tomatoes, they're cooked perfectly. So let's add to that 2 grilled chicken breasts. And I will tell you that you can either grill your own chicken breast, or you can purchase maybe a rotisserie chicken to make it simpler if you're in a crunch for time. You can even buy the frozen grilled chicken breast that's been pre-cooked and just heat those and add those to the recipe. We're also going to add 1 1/4 cup of fresh chopped basil. You could use the dried basil if you'd like, but I just find that the fresh basil really gives us outstanding flavor and just adds a lot to the dish. And then finally, we're going to add 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, freshly grated. Wow, this is smelling great with the garlic and the basil. The flavors are wonderful for this great dish with only 231 calories for a 1 cup serving size. And it's a dish that all ages in your family can enjoy. Even my 4- and 7-year-olds seem to love it. So here we have it. We've got the finished product. Everything is stirred up there. And let's dish it up. I have decided to serve this with a green salad and some fresh strawberries, which are perfect for summertime. And then I've also chosen to add a piece of French bread with it. You can of course toast it and add maybe garlic to it if you like a little more flavor to your dish, whatever your taste buds desire. But there you have it, Margaret's microwave chicken and pasta. I'm Julie Gardner with Texas AgriLife Extension Service, and I hope you've enjoyed the answer to what's for dinner tonight. I also hope that you'll check out our new Facebook page.